because Red Church has so many windows, pretty good amount of windows, and so many pallets, especially in Graveyard and over on the middle broken side of the map. It's actually very easy to kite out Patroller, so that's why Dreamwitch can struggle a little bit here. But we are going to see the top broken spawn here from Nickelodeon, immediately rotating towards bottom. 2 survivors spawning down. There it is, Fizzy and Zai, Priestess and Mechanic. So this is a really good start here for Nico. He's actually going to rotate into Church instead, finding the Priestess. Obviously, in this team comp, you don't want to have to chase forward if possible. You definitely don't want to chase Merc or Priestess. So he's really going to be looking out for that Mechanic, but did not see him, and he's actually heading towards back end and may have to commit to Priestess here as his first target.
And that could be a little bit difficult, but we also have to see that the Priestess is not necessarily in the best area. Priestess is extremely strong inside the Red Church, especially with these supportive portals, but we can see that the Hunter definitely focuses on the Priestess right here. Is getting the first hit while she was trying to put on that second portal. Now she does not have any portals left. Patroller already on the feet, and that might be the first survivor that goes down right here too. The Dreamwitch extremely strong and fast early game, exactly what the Hunter needs to make that victory happen. And we can see that Fizzy will be again the first survivor on the chair, has a portal recharged right now in case the rescue is coming in. That portal can be utilized to make some more distance, but that is definitely a strong start from OM's Hunter Nickelodeon.
Yeah, and if you notice, Nico did an excellent job of trapping in that Priestess. He had the leech camp one side of the wall, he's able to get the leech hit, canceling the portal, and he had the spawn follower sit on the other side of the pallet. So even after Fizzy took the hit, he could not, and we're actually, the forward hit the Patroller. The Patroller actually stays online and actually stuns the Patroller because of it, and he's going to cancel the Patroller here, go for the hit onto the forward, and he's going to go right into the Priestess. Priestess does force the leech hit, which is strong here, but you also have to consider 2 people injured here. Mechanic speed coding slowed down significantly. And yeah, excellent trap again at the early game from Nico, not giving Priestess any room to transition away here. He's sending that spawn follower towards that middle here. He's going to camp that middle cipher, break these pallets, and go ahead and just go share Priestess with the leech. Now this really comes down to, is the forward here to harass? And it looks like no. He's going to use that spawn follower again, camping that middle cipher, only 1 leech in the area. Forward's going to go ahead and football away so he doesn't get hit by the spawn here. Now Nico knows it's safe to pick up the Priestess here. He can pick him up with the leech here, and he's going to force forward to use even more football, and it's now going to go ahead and share Priestess for the second time.
Yes, as you mentioned, uses more football. Football is now not a question anymore. Football is gone, so that is definitely in favor of Nickelodeon right here. Again, that is a very, very strong Hunter-sided match right now, because we have the Priestess on the chair. Forward can't really harass, can't really come in for the rescue since he is injured too. He has not the chance to really make it in there. What will the team do? Will they sacrifice the Priestess right here and play it a little bit on the more decoding side to finish these ciphers off? Or will they come in for a rescue? We can see someone is right there, coming in for the rescue. We have the mercenary taking the hit, making the rescue happening, and now we just have to see what the Priestess is doing. 2 portals are ready, but at the same time, if she's taking another hit, she will be out of the game, so she better makes use of these portals. And we can see that multitasking while hunting down the Priestess, we have to switch to another leech, and there goes the Priestess hit. That might be the first survivor out of the game. 3 cipher machines are decoded, but still the next 2 are at around 50, and then there's 1 more cipher machine that hasn't even been started. A lot of hits on these survivors.
Yeah, another free hit here for Nickelodeon. So he has to hurry here. Priestess moves really fast. You have to leech this Priestess. You gotta pick her up here. Priestess is able to get up and force a leech hit. No, only 70% of the way down. So Priestess is not going to be able to get up here. He's going to be able to chair Priestess for the last time. Look at this Cypher pressure. As you mentioned, Grizzly, using that main spawn follower to camp the middle Cypher machine. Priestess will not be able to struggle free here. This is going to be Priestess dying with 3 portals. So this is really not a good trade for last Cypher at all here. And, you know, you see the Mechanic Doll putting in some progress. We also have a slight bug on the gate opening progress that will be fixed, corrected for the next match. But currently we are going to see the survivors just stop to heal up and heal leech. This is how you have to play this point of the matchup. Just slow down the game, heal up as much as possible. And Nico does not spot out the Mechanic being healed, so no leeches and full health for the survivors here. Still puts them in a decent position. Obviously, it doesn't look too strong because of how quickly the Priestess was eliminated. But you have to consider, with the lack of pressure, only 1 follower on board here, the survivors still have good stability. Forward is has a pocket watch, not a character you really want to chase because of that watch. Mercenary 3 elbow pads. He really wants to try to find Mechanic and commit to that as his next chase target.
That is for sure, and all of this is really slowing down the game, because we can see they're not really focusing too much on decoding. They're rather focusing on healing up so they can take additional hits. They are focusing on getting rid of these leech. Almost all survivors have the mark on them, so they can de-leech each other or de-leech themselves. So that is definitely something that they want to have, because again, the more leeches are on the field, the more pressure is on you, the more pressure is on the survivor side with, you know, leeches on the ciphers, leeches on the rocket chairs. So definitely something you want to do. And we can see mechanic stall is going down right here. That cipher machine was almost done. We have the dungeon right there. Definitely something that the survivors team also wants to keep in mind in case it's going into a late game where they need to get that dungeon, that one survivor escape. And now these cipher machines, they are having a huge progress. If we look at the cipher machine, we have 4 different cipher machines that are being decoded. 4, because with the leeches you can easily camp that last cipher machine and you force the survivors to split up between the cipher machines. And knowing that, the survivor team right here, LCR, was already working on different cipher machines to set up for that late game.
Yeah, so really making Nico work here again. Had a good starting position, but hasn't played very well. Oh, beautiful minding from Nico, shining the red light through the wall, forcing, baiting the mechanic into running into him. He's able to get a free hit because of it. That's his second free hit, and every free hit for a Dream Witch really is a difference maker in a match here. We're going to see him use that spawn flower, trying to pressure down this mechanic. Does have blink available. Mechanic trying to keep distance as much as possible. It's about delaying the inevitable, delaying that blink as long as possible here. But, you know, you also have to keep in mind here, even if you do down this mechanic, you have 2 people with full health that can rescue. No tide turner available, though, so that's going to be a difficult rebound for mechanic without that as an option. So we're going to have to see what Nico opts to go for. Really taking his time here, giving them a lot of time to work with. No leeches in play. Nico's really just burning leech time here. He really needs to kind of give up on the chase, go pressure the last cipher. He's going to do that, switching the mercenary here, but you know, look at the patience and discipline here from Neko, not going too aggressive to finish the cipher machine. He's going to go ahead and leave here. He's going to head over to forward. They're going to de-leech most likely, and they're just going to continue to decode, and this is how this works. But oh, mechanic getting a little bit too over aggressive here. Will probably go down to a free hit here. That's going to be the 3rd free hit for Nico, and this may actually be a difference maker here, unless they're able to prime all their ciphers, which I believe they're actually able to do so. They have a lot of progress here on the board.
A lot of progress. Cipher machines are popping right now. One cipher machine at 90. That is the one that the mechanic was trying to finish. But there is another one at 70. We can see the survivors in the top, in the bottom left. They are de-leeching right now. They are de-leeching. They want to get rid of as many leeches as possible before they enter the late game. Because again, Dream Witch late game, if there are a lot of leeches on the field, that can be extremely dangerous. And we can see Ford is coming in. Ford is making his way to the rescue. Is utilizing that pocket watch. It might give him a little bit of an edge right here to get away, but we have the patroller leeching him right in front of the chair. That might be extremely good. Mercenary is coming in, is very close to the survivors as well. Mercenary needs to get to that last cipher machine. They need to get that last cipher machine to 99%. They are currently at 75, and oh, that fantastic job from the survivors. Ford is going down. They are taking turns on the rocket chair. That is exactly what you want to do. You want to take these turns on the rocket chair, because that is buying you a little bit more time. You can see that Nickelodeon is trying to place as many leeches as possible, because they know late game is about to start.
Yeah, he gets an early hit onto the mercenary as well. The question is, does the mechanic have this on the prime cipher? He does not here. Mechanic's actually dead on chair as well. Oh, this gets really risky here. He can blink mechanic and actually chair. Mechanic's done. Sure, he dodges the blink though. Does get it down here. Can they get to that last cipher machine and pop in time? And it looks like no, he's able to get the pickup. Mechanic was, I believe, saved after the halfway mark as well. We're gonna find out in a moment here, and he's gonna go ahead and try to pressure down these last ciphers here, these exit gates rather. And Mechanic will be placed on the chair. He's able to struggle. You gotta be careful here. Driving him a long way. He does struggle. He does have the extra follower here. Actually, down Mechanic.
Very true. That mechanic was immediately down again. Definitely a well thought out plan, because now we have the forward right here who needs to get away from the leeches. Will that be enough time? No, we have the forward going down, but it will probably end up in a one survivor escape, which is definitely something that in LCR's position you want to go for, because this is a tournament. Every single survivor escaping is not only a point, but if this is going to be a full survivor elimination, the team that we're...
And they played a very anti-meta, or sorry, a very anti-Dream Witch team comp. As you can see here, this team comp is very difficult for Dream Witch. Acrobat, Psychologist, very difficult. Chase targets, Priest is Mercenary as well. So I think he's maybe just trying to counter that and go with the Sculptor here. And we are going to see the church spawn here from Sculptor, which means that a survivor does spawn at back gate, also behind Shaq, over near Graveyard God Palette and top Broken. He's going to go towards back gate first. Does not see anyone wants to chase and go ahead and continue onto Shaq. And that is the location of the Psychologist, so not too bad of a find here for gate.
Definitely not the worst find. If we have a first hit on that Psychologist doesn't really have too much to do, not too much to, you know, put up a better kite than all the other characters, where we have the Priestess already setting up portals on the map, trying to create escape routes, and that's definitely a really good find. When we can see Jojo really buying time though, getting away from gate right here, trying to create distance, vaulting over the windows. The statues are not hitting yet, is trying to get these statues hit landed, is looking around on the map where the rest of the team is, because you definitely want to keep an eye on all the survivors. Knowing where the survivors are and who is around is definitely giving you an advantage, and we can see he knows where the Acrobat is. That hit did not connect. Fantastic job, is following up with the blink hit to get that first hit, and now tries to pressure the Cypher machine where the Acrobat is working on. That is a really strong start for the survivor side. We can really see how they are working together right here. While we have the Psychologist buying time, we can see the rest of the survivors decoding, and not a single statue hit was hitting so far. Jojo really doing a fantastic job just avoiding these hits, not only with the statue but also the normal hits.
Yeah, Jojo doing an excellent job thus far. Goes to the pallet. Oh, gets the pallet stun as well. What a beautiful job here from Jojo, not giving up anything free here to gate. No, oh, there is the first statue though. If you are Jojo here, you want to be careful. Vaulting is going to take the vault, and gate missing the statue. Jojo going to get the broken window speed boost as well. Now already down to 2 ciphers. Priestess about to pop a 3 cipher kite already on the way. The last 2 cipher machines already started, and Jojo is going to go down to half health here and actually misses the portal. There was a portal set up for them there, but a slight lack of communication here, unfortunately, for Omega, means that Jojo's kite will be shortened a little bit more than ideal, but it still is a 3 cipher kite and already winning position here for Omega.
Definitely a really strong start right here from Omega. Again, with the 3 cipher kite, they are setting themselves up for a fantastic tie. They have great chances to go in for the rescue, just concentrate on the rest of the cipher machines as well and buy more time. It was definitely, you know, the beginning of the match very favorable for Omega, and we can see the rescues happening. Mercenary took 1 statue hit right here, is also able to dodge so many statues, is taking the hit, and this is buying time for the rescue. We have Tide Turner active, but if Jojo is able to just perform as well as they did earlier, that might be just enough. Last effort is coming in. That is still good, because I think the rescue was happening before half, so therefore if the Psychologist is getting on the chair again, we have survivors that can not only decode but also come in for the rescue. So definitely a strong situation for Omega right now.
Yeah, we're gonna see Psychologist on chair for the 2nd time. I think the big risk here for Omega is that if you're able to spike the Mercenary and actually down him with the full presence statues, then you're in a situation where they may not have someone in the last type, but I think they actually have, it looks like just the Mercenary is there. Acrobat is trying to potentially help. There's the statues. Can Mercenary dodge here? He's kind of just dropping them all in here. Mercenary, does get hit by that 1 statue, but Acrobat can now take over the Cypher. Does take a hit, another one as well, but Acrobat's staying alive. If Acrobat goes down there, that's actually probably a drawn position, but they were able to stay alive a little bit longer here. Acrobat should be able to prend the Cypher. He goes portal, but he misses the hit, and now he has no trait for endgame. So that blink there from gate, actually a huge misstep for him here, because now he has no trait. The Cypher's going to be primed anyways, so Omega should have a free win here in this position. Yeah, there's the Cypher pop.
Absolutely fantastic late game from the Survivor. As you mentioned, all these statues back there in the shack area were extremely good. We're hitting the survivors, but at the same time Acrobat was still up and running with a little bit of life left, and that was definitely putting them into a situation where they could prime that Cypher, and they did prime that Cypher. Blink was used, no late game trade is available right now, and now we can see that we have the Priestess just kiting away from both gates, just buying time for the team, just avoiding these hits and buying enough time for the rest of the team to open up the gate right here. Back gate, we can see a 3 survivor escape, and that is not only putting Omega into an absolutely fantastic position because they won round number 1, but also point-wise. Point-wise, they got 3 points out of the first round, first half, and 3...
Or you just get a very fast down, and it's just so hard to come back from. So, Omega leading 6-2 here, playing risky. We'll have to see if it pays off for them. Again, we're going to see a deep sandbag spawn here from Fafa. 2 survivors spawning over near factory, immediately rotating in that direction. He does see FY, the psychologist. Will he continue here, or will he change targets? I'm going to go ahead and turn and go towards Shack here, which is the location of the postman. So he's able to find that there. Get rid of that postman, get rid of that decoding letter potentially coming in from him. That could be a pretty good start here for Fafa.
We can see that the first survivor will be the postman that he's chasing. And yeah, I agree that OM is definitely playing a little bit more risky, but they can play a little bit more risky because they have the points from round number 1. They are really trying to push it right here, in my opinion. I think that is a good thing. I think pushing LCR can definitely be extremely good for them if they can push that Cypher machine progress. We have the mechanic on the field, we have the explorer on the field, postman definitely buying time by transitioning into this area where we have all these pallets. Fafa is not necessarily going for it, does know that that is a strong area for the survivors, is going for the mechanic right here, lands that hit in front of the pallet, fantastic job, and is now setting up the webs to get that boost, to really concentrate on the mechanic to get that first survivor down, that first extremely strong decoder as well. So that's definitely something that goes in favor for Fafa, using that teleport just to, you know, get rid of that strong decoder.
And you see, Grizzly, exactly what we were talking about. This team comp can either work or it doesn't. You have a very fragile team, so you either can have very good Cypher Rush, or you just have a very fast down. In this case, it was a very fast down here for Fafa, and it really goes to show why even when you're playing on Arms Factory, a map that's typically weak for Soul Weaver, he's still able to perform very well here. So this is just really difficult for the survivors. Of course, they're going to have a very good Cypher Rush. They have an Explorer in play, they have a Mechanic Stall in play, and they have a postman with the decoding letter. So they're still on track to easily push for good Cypher Rush overall. But it's just such a fast down, so it's going to be a bit of a turnaround here. We're going to see, it looks like, I believe that's K-Dead, the Explorer, is going to come in for a potential after-half rescue here. Or maybe just feed tonight and not rescue at all here. Fafa playing very conservatively, trying to scout out that rescuer as soon as possible. But is he able to see him hiding here? He does see the Explorer, goes for the web shot, gets that first hit here. Now does Fafa go immediately for the hit? He may try to go for a terror shot. Grizzly, this is a huge moment. Can he potentially go for this hit here? And we're going to see him go for the swing, and he doesn't get the rescue. He does not get the rescue off, and Explorer is going to take a hit and get slowed down from the webs. He still has web shot available. Fafa can get an instant down with his Explorer if played properly here.
Wow, what a rocket share right there. Both sides were playing it perfect, and that hit right here from Fafa might give him a little bit of an edge where he can really bring down more survivors and secure that first victory on the LCR side that they need to keep it going. Fantastic job. That was a perfect rocket share. Perfect hit from Fafa. That really shows how strong Fafa is, especially right here with the Soul Weaver is landing that hit on the postman. Postman will go down with another web shot, and we can see that I think Fight is slowly transitioning in to potentially push that last Cypher machine. They don't want to go for that Explorer. The Explorer is probably going to be out of the game. There's no chance. We can see that Fight is pushing for it, but might not necessarily be able to do so.
Yeah, and he actually, that web shot, he hit that from really far away. And now he can just teleport back. He has teleport, but he can't make this rescue. This is another stuffed rescue here from Fafa. Goes for the swing, is unable to get it, but the rescue not able to get off here. And wow, this really goes to show, this is why Fafa is the best Soul Weaver on this server. He's so, it's so hard to play at this level of Soul Weaver here, and we're gonna see him try to get this down on Psychologist. On the worst map against a triple decoding team comp. He's on track to win with a tie Hunter. We're going to see him down the Psychologist here. Probably just going to go ahead and share here. Doesn't want to risk the Postman popping that last Cypher. And Postman just web shot away. If he finds the Postman at any point, this is a 4-survivor elimination against triple decoder with Arms Factory Soul Weaver. So this is just looking really good for Last Cypher. This is what we talked about. This is what Last Cypher needs to come back here. And Fafa really giving a huge boost here. And again, it really begs the question why we didn't see Fafa right out the gate here for Last Cypher. He's already found the Postman. All he needs to do is down him with one hit here, and this is a 4-survivor elimination. Goes for the mind game with the red light as well. Dodges the dog here. Can he get one more hit on the Postman? Gets another web shot, another slow down here, and I think this should do it in a moment here, just a matter of time.
Nice hit through the pallet right here. I mean, Psychologist was on the chair, and we could see the dungeon was right where extremely well in round number 1. Why not, you know, come back and just win round number 3? And we don't even have to talk about ties if they are winning round number 3. But for now, we are jumping into the Arms Factory. Sculptor is getting into the match, starting at check, and therefore is immediately transitioning towards Nico, or Noko, I think is the name, and Rasuki. So absolutely fantastic find. 2 survivors are right here, right in front of his eyes. And will this be a strong early game for OM, or will LCR show that the survivor team is well coordinated enough to get the points?
Yeah, we're gonna see him go ahead, trying to mind game this this survivor here, but we're doing a very good job of avoiding these statues here. Going for the acrobat first, so this is a pretty difficult chase target. Obviously, you want to try to go for mechanic here. Acrobat gonna use that slow ball at the window, going ahead and get that ball here. No free statue. Oh, does give one right away actually. So that actually turns things around here for Nico. He's gonna try to loop this area as much as possible. Vaults this window. Has broken windows, of course, here. In this team comp, the only character with tide tournament should be Mercenary. You know, there's no need to go anything too aggressive. Again, you're just trying to go for a tide. Beautiful bomb. Oh, but he walks right into another statue. So unfortunately, this acrobat walking into 2 statues. And actually gives Nico a slight advantage. It was looking very good for the acrobat, but now it's going to be a little bit difficult. He actually runs himself into a corner, but he goes for the bomb over the barrel here, gets it off, goes for the blink here, and he's able to get it down here. But decent Cypher progress overall with the mechanic in play here. Still, last Cypher's on track for a draw.
That is extremely good right here. Fantastic hit on the survivor with the blink right there. Really ending that kite of the acrobat. Acrobat was definitely buying a lot of time for the survivors. Cypher machines are going well. We can see that we have Noko coming in for the rescue. Mercenary, very, very solid. Again, they only need a tie to secure points enough to have a point lead. Was able to dodge that hit right here and is able to dodge this. No, not able to dodge the statues. That is really, really good. If there's another statue coming in that hits the mercenary, that will prevent him from rescuing. But either way, one of the survivors that will that we can see right now will go down. Mercenary is taking that hit. You can see the acrobat is running, and Nico definitely concentrating on the acrobat, since the acrobat is the survivor that was already on the chair. Mercenary will fall down eventually, and with the mercenary going down and having that long healing process, that's definitely one survivor that is, you know, not necessarily the main target, because it is slowing down the game immense with the mercenary on the floor.
Yeah, and the save was after half as well here. And acrobat in a very good position. I think their best bet is to try to firebomb here. Yeah, firebomb into factory. He misses the firebomb. He did not get it in that wall there, but Nico still has, you're going to go for the BC, but he's able to get the vault top. He still has statues available. Acrobat needs to dodge all statues and see the top down, and there's the beast for the support here. He's going to be able to slow him down here, give Acrobat a little bit of distance, and Acrobat able to run, but he gets sniped by a statue here. Going to go down, full presence for Nico as well, and just beautiful statues from Nickelodeon here. Acrobat just ate too many statues, and because of this, Nico's able to get a relatively fast survivor eliminated here, because that survivor was saved after half as well. But look at that Cypher progress, Grizzly. Mechanic really putting in work here. 1 Cypher almost primed, 2 already at 50. So it's still possible to draw here, but Mercenary taking another statue. Nico is so on point here with the Sculptor.
Yeah, fantastic combined statue that was going for the Mercenary. Another hit with the statue, and another one immediately brings down the Mercenary right here in the factory, and that is the second survivor on the chair. Again, OM needs to get the 3 survivor elimination, and so far they are doing a really, really good job. Nico is doing a fantastic job bringing down these survivors, but at the same time with the mechanic in the field, you can really see the Cypher machine progress going fast. Cypher machine rush is active. We have 1 Cypher machine remaining, and that is definitely setting the survivors up for a good tie, because now we have the entomologist nearby. Will definitely stay in this area to force the sculptor to stay here as well. And as soon as that Cypher machine, oh, entomologist is half injured. That's extremely good. That is extremely strong for Nico. He might be able to bring her down with the statues, force the Cypher pop, and have a good late game. But overall, Cypher machine progress is going well. We have the last Cypher machine primed. We can now see CYY probably coming in for the rescue very soon, and going down to a normal hit would be the best option, because if she goes down to a normal hit, she can come. Oh, was actually able to sneak in the rescue right here. Mercenary is getting rescued. The Cypher pop is coming through. Mercenary running into an area where no exit gates are, and buying time for the team to get the 2 survivor escape. Again, the 2 survivor escape is what they need to not only win this round number 2, but also point wise get an advance. Now Mercenary will go down. Mercenary self-healed, so therefore Nico is just leaving the Mercenary on the floor and concentrating on the exit gate, so that is still a good chance to turn this into a 3 survivor elimination.
Yeah, Mercenary had an overpad and he just didn't use it, so now Nico has Blink. The question is, does he have detention? I don't know. I actually don't know if he had an up-down detention build or if he had... No, it looks like no detention there, Grizzly. Does get some statue hits onto Entomologist, but with no detention here, if this mechanic can force basic hits, and then just, you know, just force 2 basic hits, he'll be in a good position to kite here. Nico will go for 1 connection on the statue, but mechanic runs into it. He could have hugged the tree to dodge it, but didn't, and now he's going to take a statue hit because of that. He's going to spike the execute as well. No statues for Nico here, but he's really making this interesting. You know, last Cypher, they played a conservative team comp. It worked for a draw, but now he's really playing this endgame so strong. And it also begs the question, why Mercenary even go for that first rescue? It feeds full presence, and it was after half, but it looks like, yeah, just it's really tough here. Goes for another statue, able to dodge it here. As your mechanic, you have to force out a basic hit. Waste extra time as much as possible. Is able to dodge that statue. Does get the basic hit down there. Now, Grizzly, I don't know if Mercenary has self-heal. I really don't. He did get double hit earlier. Yeah, so I don't think he does. And now the question is, do you just take a 3K here? Or a 1 survivor escape, or do you try to go heal the Mercenary and go for a tie? I think Nico might have actually secured 3 survivors eliminated.
I mean, we have the mechanic and the doll is running. The doll is running on the field. If the doll is able to get to that Mercenary, we still might see a potential dungeon escape, because we can see that Nico is definitely staying in the area to protect the mechanic. Is a little bit scared of a rescue on that mechanic, and that might allow... Wait, the doll... The doll, I think, ran out, right? The doll is not able to get to the Mercenary, so therefore we have Blink coming through, forcing... Oh! Not only forcing out the Entomologist, but bringing her down in time to get that full survivor elimination going and to tie this round number 2 completely. So we're talking about an absolutely fantastic round number 2, first half for LCR. They were definitely coming back, but here we have OM coming in. You know, Lakeside Village, just such a big map, so that is definitely in Fafa's favor, but at the same time it is a difficult situation. The team composition right here with Postman as well as Priestess and Psychologist was also in the mix. That is going to be very, very difficult for Fafa to get the 3 or even 4 survivor elimination. Let's see, we're gonna start the game off right here. Fafa pushing the survivors already. We have Jojo in the shack area. We have Dad right here at Big Rock. That is definitely something that we have to consider. It is the Priestess. 2 portals are ready with the Priestess. Utilizes 1 right away. He follows and now is in a really good spot to get hits on the Priestess. First hit lands and it was the Foggy Bait, so can immediately follow up on that. We have the Priestess buying a little bit more time. Peoples are coming down. That is a good early game for Fafa, but Priestess again with these 2 portals can definitely buy more time and make some distance. Look at that, going back and forth. Will it be enough? He follows up right here, and K-Dad now being in a tough situation.
Yeah, tough situation indeed. Goes for the Foggy, gets it through the pallet. What a play from Fafa. For those who don't know, Fafa is also known to have a strong Ripper. We haven't really seen it that much, of course, because Ripper not a very strong meta character, but wow, Ripper here, Grizzly, may work out for Fafa. Very fast down. We also see, for those of you who don't know, Fafa has his signature blanket emoji. Or not emoji, but blanket accessory. He loves to carry that with Ripper. And let's see if he's able to cut off. Wow, he already sees the footprints of the Mercenary. This is an excellent start here from Fafa, cutting him off from so far. Grizzly, I don't think Mercenary can save here. I think their only chance is Psychologist tries to go, but he sees Psychologist, he sees Postman with Wanted Order on Big Boat. He's preventing anyone from rescuing. He's got them all. He knows where all 3 survivors are. He's cutting everybody off here. As long as he keeps checking for that Postman, he sees Postman's not going for it. He sees Psychologist in the distance. He sees Mercenary in the distance. He knows no one can save. 2 survivors are not decoding because he's pressuring them so much here. And Fafa is just playing this so well. Does he find Psychologist hiding away? He does see Psychologist, or rather Mercenary, I think. And yeah, they just can't make the rescue at all. Wow, excellent game sense from Fafa.
Really having a sight on all of the survivors, preventing them completely, and that is definitely something that is playing out in Fafa's favor. That is extremely strong. We can now see 2 Cypher machines are decoded, but the rest of the Cyphers don't look as good. Pallet stun is happening. Missed the dog though, and we can see Postman also took a hit right here, so that might again be a difficult situation for the Postman. Is coming. Oh! Is preventing that hit with a pallet stun yet again. Absolutely fantastic. Fafa needs to push we can see that he's trying to get that postman, tries to concentrate on that survivor, but again, the Cypher machines are not really in favor of OM right here. LCR definitely having a strong match so far. That dog landed perfectly though, and might give Cloud a little bit more time to get away.
Yeah, actually that Palisade was really important. If Fafa gets that hit there and downs the postman, I think Fafa forwards this. He actually goes for the flag, dodges it here, but I think he's probably still going to go down to a basic hit here. Yeah, does get the down here on the postman, and still the ciphers are a bit behind. Grizzly, keep in mind, postman was decoding that shore cipher that he's getting chaired on, so that means one of the ciphers with progress has a survivor chaired near it, which means they can't really do it here. Does Fafa cut? Oh, he already, does he see Mercenary already? It really comes down to, and he cuts off Mercenary already. Wow, Mercenary goes for that elbow pad. He's going to force an early rescue here. How well can FY can make this rescue? This is going to be really important. If FY gets here without getting double hit, it's going to be very strong for the survivor. He goes straight in for the rescue, and he does get the rescue without even getting injured at all. So excellent rescue here from FY. This actually gives the survivors a chance to still draw here.
Yeah, that is definitely something they need to do. Cloud getting a little bit of distance, getting away from that Cypher machine, but Fafa putting that peeper, so he immediately knows if someone is getting there. Fantastic job from Fafa, really putting pressure on the survivors. Yes, it is still a good match for both sides. They can still manage to tie. OM can still manage to get 2 survivors out of here with that great rescue by the Mercenary, but at the same time it's definitely going to be difficult, and OM needs to, you know, pull something off right here. They are decoding on the Cypher machine in the middle. We can see Fafa is coming in to prevent that decoding, but we can see Mercenary probably sneaks through right here and gets the rescue. Fafa needs to go back and concentrate again on that postman right now to really focus on this 3rd survivor elimination, because if the Psychologist is able to finish off that last Cypher machine, we have... Oh, Foggy Blade went through and hit the postman. We can now see the force heal happening, but will... No, not force heal is not gonna happen. Oh! That might buy just enough time for the Psychologist. Force heal might come through.
Yeah, Fafa... he should have just picked up the survivor there. He's gonna wait for his Foggy. Foggy is gonna get the pickup in time. Oh, he gets the pickup Grizzly, and they pop the Cypher machine, which means he's gonna be able to chair here. Detention. He had slow power breaking speed, so I assume trump card as well. So Fafa can still get 3 survivors eliminated. That's what he kind of needs here. The question is, can he actually make it to the rocket chair? We saw no chair at Shaq there. He is able to make it here, it looks like. Now, Grizzly here, what does Fafa do? Does he teleport right to this exit gate? And he does. Goes teleport onto Psychologist, has found an ideal chase target in that Psychologist, and he goes for that swing there, and he gets the down with the tension through the pallet. And now this is going to be close. I think Mercenary will have enough time to get the gate open, but keep in mind how fast Ripper is. If he can make it across the map in time, maybe there's a chance of a 4 survivor elimination, but Mercenary already on the exit gate. This should be 3 survivors eliminated, though, at least for Fafa. And again, that's what he needed here if he wanted to give Last Cypher any sort of chance to come back.
Wow, absolutely fantastic comeback right here. Is throwing that Foggy Blade just to get a bit of a speed boost, but that won't be enough to prevent the Mercenary from getting out. 1 survivor escaped. OM definitely wanted to get that 1 survivor out of here, because now we still have a...
Perfumer is a very good early game kiter. Not very strong against detention hunters, but patient if is able to save hooks is a very good character for kiting to dungeon. Mercenary can take a detention hit and his elbow pads. Great Fever has shovels. We're going to see the short spawn from Nico. Will he go towards middle orb Shaq, or will he go towards big? Well, it looks like he's going to go towards Shaq first, which is the location of Zai the Perfumer. So, again, not a very chaseable target for Bloody Queen, but not a whole lot of options in this team comp. And it looks like we're going to see Perfumer try to hide out here, try to feed Tinnitus. Good rotation from the survivors, but you have to make sure you're promoting Cypher Rush as well. Goes for immediate mirror image here. Goes for the switch. Goes for the... No, he perfumes early. He perfumed too early here. Will Zai take the... He takes the hit, the perfume back. Oh, he gets the perfume back, Grizzly, and he's going to be able to kite out. This mirror, Nico cannot switch because he already switched, and Perfumer is going to have a lot of distance to work with.
Extremely strong start right here from LCR. That mirror was perfect. We didn't really have any chance for CYY to get out of this area, but with that perfectly put and perfectly timed perfume, that was really putting pressure on OM right now, because we have CYY still having 2 perfumes left in a really strong area. Is baiting the hit right here. Now we can see most likely the mirror is trying to catch up, is switching over directly. Will the perfume be ready to get another? Oh no, will not prevent another damage strike on the perfumer. We now have 1 perfume left. We have the Perfumer injured. Will she be able to keep up that kite? Oh, definitely buying a lot of time right here. Use that Perfume, but that Perfume was not necessarily in the best spot, and therefore we now can see that CYY is the best target on the field. No more skill on the field right here. The hit will come through that pallet. First survivor is down. First Cypher machine is also decoded. So overall, it's not going too bad for Nico right here, considering that the Perfumer is such a strong character now being in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good start for last Cypher. Perfumer, yeah, a lot of missteps there on that, unfortunately, in that situation. Perfumer went to the window with no broken window speed boost. You have to go to the Shack pallet instead, throw that pallet down, and force the Bloody Queen to mirror image you. If you just go to that window, it lets him vault after you bait out the Perfume early. He also just baited out, he got his Perfumes out too early. You have to wait for them to swing. You have to try to instant Perfume a Bloody Queen. Didn't go for that, and then on top of that as well, just kind of ran back into the Bloody Queen, which allowed him to get it down without having to use Blink or Mirror, which allowed for a lot faster down than they would have liked at all. Will Nico go for a Blink trick here? He may try to Blink trick on the stairs, get no attack recovery. Are the survivors prepared for this? Nope, he's going to go straight for the hit on the Perfumer again. Playing conservatively. He's going for just downing this Perfumer, getting him out of the game. That's kind of the goal here. And he should be able to get a free hit on the Gravekeeper as well, unless he opts to use a shovel, which I don't think he will. So, free hit on Gravekeeper. Cypher Rush isn't bad, Grizzly. They have 2 Cyphers remaining, so maybe if the next Rescuer can body block long enough, they can kite it out. But, oh, does he know where Perfumer died?
That might be a different... Oh yeah, found out the Perfumer right away. This is definitely a good match so far, but for both sides. It can go either way. We have the Perfumer on the rocket chair again. Gravekeeper definitely getting out of there because can't take another hit. We have Fizzy right here. Mercenary trying to push the Nidus, pushing Nico to basically stay in this area, and he's not being able to really prevent Cyphers from being decoded. He has the mirror image over there, but at the same time, one entire Cypher machine still needs to be decoded. So that is a lot of progress that the survivors still need to do. We have the Perfumer now kiting. If the Perfumer takes the hit, Perfumer will be out of the game. Blinks through the Mercenary who was trying to body block, secures that Perfume down, and that will also secure the first survival elimination, which will set Nico up for an absolutely fantastic tie again. That is exactly what they need. That Cypher machine will not come in time to bring up CYY, and that is definitely putting LCR into a tough situation. We can see they are decoding on the same Cypher machine, and that might be extremely good for the Bloody Queen, because if she utilizes the mirror and gets closer to that Cypher machine quick, that could push them to really having to pop that Cypher machine in front of the Bloody Queen, and it is definitely looking good for Nico right now.
Yeah, they're really committing. I think they can probably pop this, but oh, are they gonna go? No, it's not Prime Day, Grizzly. It's 97. Are they gonna go for the pop? Nico's just gonna wait here. He's gonna wait for them to pop here. He's also just gonna wait for his teleport. You can just stand on the Cypher, wait for the teleport. So if you're the survivors, you should be waiting for Mercenaries to start a new Cypher. And I still think Nico's probably just gonna wait. Yeah, he's just gonna stand here. He's gonna wait till his teleport comes online, and then he's gonna go for the hit. I actually don't think switching to teleport is beneficial for Nico. I think it was better if he held his blink so he could get a kill in the endgame, because he only needs a tie here. So, but now, yeah, just a waiting game at this point. He's probably gonna swing as soon as that teleport cooldown hits about 5 seconds. He'll probably go for the swing, or he'll just go for it now. About 10 seconds remaining. They're gonna pop the last Cypher. Oh, this is still not out of it for last Cypher. They have good kiters here. He's gonna go for the mirror. Patient needs to hook this mirror image right away. Can he get this hook off? And he goes for the hook here. Oh, nobody messes up the hook. He drops down too early. A huge misstep from the Patient here, and just like that, Nico can get the down. Oh, and I think this is going to be it. I think this is going to be it for Omega. No tie turner remaining. Detention on this Bloody Queen. I think Nico secured the draw that he needs.
That is definitely looking like it. No matter what is going to happen, Nico will stay on that rocket chair. He won't go to another Cypher machine, to another location. He might use the mirror to maybe swing at survivors at the gate, but he is not leaving this area. He's not letting the survivors rescue it. Or he hits the Mercenary right here, which could now be the third survivor that he is eliminating. We can see that the survivors are rotating in. Pigeon is coming in because they know if they are leaving the Patient on that chair, they would lose this match. So they try everything they can to make this 3-survivor escape happening. We have Pigeon coming through with the shovel that he was saving earlier. Mercenary will fall down, most likely right at the gate. There we go, goes through the gate. We have the Gravekeeper now deciding to turn around. Mirror images coming through. We have the Gravekeeper getting pushed out. Gravekeeper can't really do anything. We have Teleport coming through, trying to get that 3 survivor elimination going, and that might actually be the... Ooh! Good job. LCR is securing the tie right here, or the other way around. Nico is securing the tie, because that means Nico secured the points for OM to